live, and we should be live now.
Sweet.
I'm just gonna go check, double checks. So for anyone who's joining in, well, we'll wait. People usually join in a little bit later. It takes a minute or two for to populate, but I'm just gonna go ahead and get in here. So we got a few people out here. So I am going to be hanging out with John Ribera.
What's up, dude?
And then Michael Young, a.k.a. Brainchild, a.k.a. loves to hang out in our streams often, a.k.a. I invited him to hang out with us because he's always been there, super supportive of the Robot Pencil crew. And I just wanted to say, let's hang out more. Yeah, I like people that are nice, and I like nice people. And so, who else is up in here? We should bring James into one of these too. Actually, Nick too.
No.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
No,
definitely not Nick. Yeah, you're right. Nick is a jerk.
Nah, do it.
No, you're right. You heard that, Nick? John's right. We don't like you. Zach, you're cool.
Just have a party.
Yeah, except without Nick, yeah. Poor Nick. He did nothing wrong. Sam's
Nick's
cool.
Really cool. I like Nick.
Yeah, obviously, we're being sarcastic. or we're just really mean. But I like to think that we're not. What's up, Kai? What's up, Henry? What's up, John? What's up, Nick again? And Nick, Kyle 3D Coat better than ZBrush for a beginner? There's always one of those people in there. Today it's Kai. People always ask about ZBrush. I'm assuming you haven't watched the other 3D Coat videos I put out there. I mean, it's just getting started is all you really need to worry about. Okay, I don't think you need to worry too much about the software, but I would say this though, in terms of hard surface, 3D Coat is just it's pretty unstoppable.
Yeah.
It's like crazy. It's like night and day in terms of its ease of use, and you can get there's a lot of variety that other people are doing with it. That I'm whoa, that's crazy how well they did that than I would have done it. You know, specifically an artist named Flood, and I actually asked to see if he wanted to collaborate. I wanted to try to bring him in on a stream one day. I think he needs to get a lot more reputation, a lot more street cred,
he needs more credit. What do you call it?
Credibility, or more.
Or not credibility because he has that, but more people need to know what he's doing.
Yeah, because it's really good. Yeah.
Who's that?
See exactly. He was one of the Learn Squared students. He took drama's class, and he's doing all those robots, those really epic robots.
I didn't hear the name.
Fuad, I'm not sure how to pronounce your last name, Fuad. If you're listening to this, is Quadri? Fuad. That's all I can.
Fuad.
Yeah, I think maybe that's how you pronounce it.
Food. Quadri.
We should call him Food. I like that.
Yeah, if he's here, I apologize. I don't think so.
His name.
Yeah, we got Kyle's up in here. What's up, Kyle? Christian, I think that's how you say that, or Histrion. Remy, what's up, Remy? Sebastian, Tabiso, Stan,
Remy's kicking butt.
and Justin.
Sketches. Have you seen Remy's posts lately?
Oh, dude, Remy is epic. He was there in Barcelona.
Yeah.
It was cool, and I
Cool.
got to hang out with him for a bit and talk with them, and it was really nice. It was inspiring. I always tell people, go to these events because it's really life-changing a lot of times, because you meet a lot of people that you don't think you would have ever met, and they're all of a sudden super epic, nice people.
Mm-hmm.
It was cool to meet Jama in person. That was awesome.
Yeah, I mean, shoot, I'm really considering spending a lot of money going just across the world and traveling as much as I can, just to network, because I'm making so many different friends and so many amazing artists every time I go, and everybody's so friendly.
No, you can't do it.
I'm going to.
No, you're not going to be able to do it. Sorry.
My dreams.
Dream crusher. I don't remember AJ was a dream crusher. Yeah, I'm a dream crusher now.
It's so true. A lot of people at IFT that I met there, they're still my friends here. And
Whoa, John sounds like a robot. Is that?
Yeah, Robot Man.
oh my god.
Robot Pencil. Oh.
Yeah, he's turning into a robot. I'm not sure what happened.
Is
John?
it bad? Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're good.
It's kind of bad. Like, I think when you stay quiet for a little bit, it works.
Test, test. 1, 2, test.
Yeah, you're good now. Yeah, you're good
All
now.
right, cool.
What the? What is that in the background? Is that Brainchild? The actual Brainchild? I heard something in the background, Michael.
Oh, that was my mom. I'm sorry about that. I can't stop her from laughing.
No, no, go in there and tell your mother, Mom, you're ruining everything. How dare you? How dare you come into my life, mother, and ruin the hanging out with John Rivera. John Rivera and Anthony Jones. Go in there. I want to hear you scream at her. Don't do that. I'm just kidding.
You might need to help me find a place to live.
He does it. So, boy, what did you say?
Yeah,
Yeah, and then you just hear him die. It's just death.
I'm not coming back.
When I was a kid, I once told my mom to shut up, and she choked me. Like, for real, choked me.
Really?
That was like the worst thing I ever did, said to my mother. And the reason why, I don't think it's justified still, but it's just funny. Because I think I was like 11, and I was still like wet in the bed, right? And it wasn't like, it was like the ambushing of wetting the bed. You know how like you would dream of going to the bathroom, and then you wake up and you're just like, no, right? That was the kind of thing that I had to deal with when I was 11. It wasn't like when I was a toddler and just peed in bed because I just didn't know how to hold my pee. It was like I was always sabotaged. And that would happen very rarely. And it happened in this instance, right? And my mom thought it was important to share with my friends because my friends were over. And she was just like, Antoinette. And then she like showed like my like peed
Live
sheets
mirror.
like right in front of my friends. And she was just
Oh,
like,
no, the worst.
and I was like, Mom, what are you doing? And she was like, you gotta learn how to, Antoinette, you better learn how to not pee in your bed. And she's screaming at me in front of my friends. I was so embarrassed. I was like, Mom, shut up. And then she like dropped the sheets, dove over like the counter or whatever, it was like the table, and just started like choking me in front of my friends. And my friends were like, oh no. And then they just like left. And then
The Simpsons.
worst
Bart
thing ever, yeah.
Simpson.
But luckily, my friends were like cool about it. Like afterwards, we all laughed about it, how
Yeah.
silly it was, and it was just really funny. But like,
They were like, I got choked too. What do you no big deal.
I mean, they didn't. They made fun of me for like a good month or two about that. But like,
Oh, kids.
yeah. But just kids. I didn't hang out with bad kids right around that age. I think I stopped hanging out with bad kids when I was like when I was 8, and I started hanging out with kids who were a little bit more like-minded, and so. And I kept that true pretty much my whole life, which I'm very proud of. I think I've surrounded myself with pretty much genuinely great people,
Yeah.
which it's hard to do, these days. But anyway, yeah, it's a funny story. So yeah,
That's hilarious.
so don't do that. Don't scream at your brother. I was just kidding.
Yeah. I'm gonna leave her alone.
Yeah,
I'm not trying to get choked.
yeah. She just starts choking you. She really like
She heard you say that and she's like, that's a good idea.
she pulls out your peed um your peed sheets, your sheets that have been peed on.
What?
You're like, what? I didn't know I had some either.
Where'd those come from? No.
And there was one story that, John's always keeps asking me who this person is. He's like, who is this person? Do I know him? And I'm like, you do. And I was like, is it this person? And I was like, I'm not going to confirm or deny. But I had a friend who, like, crapped his pants, right?
Oh no, dude.
It was the worst. And I did not laugh. And I don't think I think only today we joke about it. Like, or I joke about it. He doesn't joke about it. He doesn't even bring it up. I only bring it up whenever we're talking about urinating or peeing on. Yeah. And so
Yeah.
what happened was, it's crazy. We were walking and we just came back from like, I don't know, it doesn't matter. It's irrelevant. And we were just walking back to my place to hang out. And then he's just like, oh, dude, I really got to go, like, take a dump. And I was like, oh, dude, all right. Well, we're, like, about half a mile away from my house. I was like, could you hold it till we get to my house, because if we go back, it's about the same distance anyways, right? To go back to, like, an actual restroom somewhere else. And he's like, yeah, I think so. But it's like coming back onto me, like, really hard. I was like, all right, it's cool. Let's go. And so we're going, and it's pretty bad for a little bit. But it seems like he's able to maintain composure. But then eventually, like, you know how you get closer to like your destination that's going to relieve you of your stress,
Yeah.
your angst. You know, like when you need to go pee, and the closer you get to the bathroom, you're gonna go pee, and you need to pee even harder, right? So that's what's
Yeah, your
happening.
body's just naturally like trying to let it go.
Yeah. So your body and your mind are now talking, and your mind is telling a different story. And your body is like, "Oh, they were almost there." And your body's like, "Oh, sweet, let's just let it go." So it's like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, not there yet. I'm just saying, like, get ready."
Yeah.
Like, what? We've already opened up the exhaust, you know. And so that's pretty much what happened. He was just like, "Oh," as we were getting closer, and it was in sight, and it was just getting really bad. And I was like, "Dude, it's okay. Like, we're almost there. You know, please don't take a dump in your pants." And, and then we get closer and closer, and like literally, like about maybe 100 feet, maybe 200 feet away from my house, he just stops, and
Oh no.
oh
You know that's
no,
when it's that you
I'm
know
like,
that's when it's dropping.
yeah, and I'm like, dude, come on, like, don't tell
No,
me,
you can
like,
make
you
it.
can keep, we're almost there. He's like, and he starts crying, and we're
Was this
we're
at night or during
teenagers,
the
no,
day?
during the day, and we're
Oh,
we're
word.
we're teenagers, like we were 16, 15,
And
right?
any like passerby see him?
Nobody knows. Like, it's Barstow, right? Like, it was just like, you know, like a desert sound.
Yeah.
Nobody was around. Like, we were out in the middle of nowhere, pretty much. Like, even though we're close to my house, in my apartment, and it was just bad. Like, his reaction, I knew. I can tell. Like, looking at his face, I knew the damage has been done. And I just said, "It's okay, man. Like, it's okay." And he's like, he starts crying, and it's. I didn't laugh at all. You know, I laugh now because it's funny, but at the time it was not. It was tragedy. You know, this is
Yeah, you
like
don't
one of
know
my.
how to feel.
It's my good friend. You know, and he just took a dump in his pants.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm like, and I don't want him to feel like, you know, he shouldn't feel bad. It's he just couldn't control it. And we made a bad choice. You know, and life goes on. But you know,
Yeah.
we went to my house, and I gave him like a fresh pair of underwear. I even like gave him like a
Oh,
new pair of
nice guy,
pants.
AJ.
Just gave him my pair of my pants. I said, just keep
I
it.
don't want him back.
And we threw all the stuff in like a trash bag, like double
Yeah.
bagged it. You know, we just like it never happened. You know, we burnt the dumpster.
The dumpster just goes with it.
Yeah, we burnt the
Everything is
dumpster.
painted.
We took out all the security cameras. There were, no, just kidding. There's no security cameras.
Get the little paintball gun and just like cover them all up.
Yeah, we just the damage has been done. We just let it be.
Yeah. Did you ever watch what is it, Louis C.K.?
Yeah, from time to
See
time he's
that
awesome.
episode when he does it?
When he takes a crap in his pants?
Yeah. And his
No,
kids are like, "No, Daddy, you can make it."
it's tragic, man.
Dude, you gotta
And
see
like
it.
grown
If you have a
adults.
story like that, you have to see this episode. I think it's the first episode of the newest season. So
Okay,
go check it
I'll
out
check it
sometime.
out. I'll check it out. Yeah, it's a tragic scenario, man. I don't wish that on my worst of enemies.
Yeah.
to take a to take a dump in front of your friends. Oh man.
Wait, I don't know, man. Trump can take a poop all he wants, man. Like that guy, I don't mind.
Yeah, I guess so. Well, Trump's different, right? Trump's like a weirdo. Like he I mean, I get why people don't like him, but at the same time it's just kind of like whatever, just ignore that guy, dude. Like I had a good conversation with a friend of mine about this because he's like,
Mhm.
man, like it looks like Trump's going to be president. And I'm like, yeah, you know, let's just play that out. Let's say he becomes president. You know, I mean, worst case scenario is he does nothing. You know,
Yeah.
like he or worst case scenario, no, best case scenario, he does nothing. Nothing happens. Like none of his legislation goes through. Nothing that he wants to go just can never get voted through. Like even Republicans, like people in his own party, don't give a damn about what he wants to do. Right? They don't want to be embarrassed. Right? And they just want to have a Republican back in the office. You know. But once like he gets if like let's say in there, I don't think it's going to happen. And if worst case scenario is that something does go through, and then eventually American people will be like, all right, you know what, this is some bull. You know, I think that there will be an impeachment in the first time in a long time. You know what I mean? Because seriously, because if he's trying to do half of the things he's saying he's trying to do, which let's be honest, a lot of politicians have a lot of things that they say they're going to do, including Obama, and they never do it, right?
Well, yeah. Even on the like liberal side, like
Yeah,
just kind
absolutely.
of the way it goes.
Oh, absolutely. And that's kind of what I'm saying is what could happen. And so I mean, like, I just I think what needs to happen is not so much we shouldn't be voting for Trump or we should be voting against Trump or whatever you stand. I think we just need to get to a system where we can actually be like voting for legislation as people, as like a unanimous like society, like kind of like crowdsourcing that stuff. You know, look at the power of a lot of crowdsourcing, like charities. You know what I'm talking about, like places that do a lot of crowd sourced like helping of other people kind of things. You know,
Yeah.
like those things are so successful. You know, like in terms of helping people out and getting people out of like these really tragic um, positions. You know what I mean? Like there's like the incident. There's that thing with the cop who's really good to his community, and so there's like this like donation that's been available for him to help fund his charitable acts, and that kind of stuff happens often. Like, and in fact, that's happening more and more often. I talked about this in another stream about how more good things are happening. It's just nobody. Yeah, nobody reports on the good things because it's not interesting. We don't watch the Kardashians to find out. Oh, Kim Kardashian is an intelligent business mogul, and she's doing really well, and this is how, and this is why. We want to know. Oh, the Taylor Swift drama. Like that's what we want to know about.
Oh yeah, the what do you call it? The video with
Oh
Taylor
yeah,
Swift confirming the track for Kanye, and then there's all that drama like, oh, she's a liar.
yeah. You know about that, but did you know that Kim Kardashian is truly a successful business person, and that she from her app made over like tens of millions of dollars. Like that's not
I
as
do know
pop,
that.
but that's not as
Yeah, that
popular.
is not
Most
as
people
popular.
don't know. You're gonna find more people knowing about the other stuff versus the things that we just talked about. I mean, you know what I mean? Like these are the kinds of things that people want to hear. People want to hear about that, and so I think like whenever your news feed or your Facebook is only traffic of that kind of news, and I'm not saying that like all the people in here have like Kim Kardashian news going on. Like the only reason why I even know like half this stuff is because I listen to people like Philip DeFranco, which is a really
Yeah,
funny guy, and
follow that guy.
he's like a news reporter like for you through YouTube, and so I listen to him often. And so I mean it's just yeah, I mean like think about it, right? Like some of the nominees people still don't know like who they were in their politics.
Jill Stein.
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
Yeah, I don't know enough about her. I know she wants to wipe out all student debt,
Yeah,
and I want to vote for that, but I can't, throw my vote into something that doesn't already have some traction. You know?
yeah, it's just this is how politics work, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty
And
disappointed
so
about that.
And so I think like in the future we're gonna dismantle that somehow. I'm not sure how.
I hope so.
If I have a, you don't have to hope. It's just going to happen, and it's not gonna. I don't think it's gonna be as aggressive as people may think. I don't think I think it's gonna be gradual, right? Because a lot of the people that are voting for like the stuff that's going on now are still like like for instance, we're in a very interesting time. Like people like of my dad's generation like who are like genuinely prejudiced and have discriminatory thoughts and ideals are still around.
Uh-huh.
But that's slowly like deteriorating because our generation we don't have as many of those types of people. You know what I mean? Because my mom is a very traditional thinker, yet I am not. you know John, like his parents had a very traditional thinking, especially specifically his dad,
Don't talk about my family.
and John's not at all, right?
Yeah.
Right? And so it's like that's happening more and more, right? Like people who come from backgrounds that would, keep them situated in this kind of thinking, or growing out of it, or having friends, or they have their own ideals that they grow into outside of their upbringing, right? And that's going to happen definitely within the next 100 years. It has to happen, right? If we want to evolve to a Type 1 civilization, which is a
Well, yeah.
civilization that allows us to space travel,
It all goes
which is
back
awesome.
to how connected we're becoming, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like how things are like perceived now. Like information is just
Everywhere,
everywhere,
everywhere.
and it's like, okay,
Yeah, talk about
okay, this
that.
is what my friend believes. Whoa, maybe I
Yeah.
should read into this just a
Yeah,
little bit. And accessibility is like it's ease. It's the ease of accessibility.
Yeah, absolutely.
People are learning different things, and
Yeah, it's like the conversion of gay parent or parents of gay children. Like
mhm.
this is a real statistic where you are more likely to convert someone to believe in this or not believe in it, but like to understand the whole gay marriage movement and the gay rights movement um, when that person is affected directly. We have close friends that happen to, right? Like where their parents were very traditional, very religious, and they came out to them. And I remember one of my friends, who will remain nameless, he was afraid because he's like, I don't know how my parents are gonna react. And I was like, I know your parents, and they're really sweet people, you know. And this is what's going to happen. They're going to probably be at arms for because this is complete news to them. You know, they're gonna definitely have like something to say, but they're not going to exile you. Because they love you. I know they do. Like they're good people. You know,
Yeah.
and that's exactly what happened. They were like, I don't know. Are you sure? Like, you know, kind of like attitude. And then after a while, they're like, listen, you're our son. Like we love you. You know. And now they have a great relationship with their son. And it's here's the twist is that there was an instance where his mom, because he was telling me like his mom was like hanging out with her close friends, and then they were talking about somebody who was gay, but in a very demeaning and very discriminative way, right?
Hmm.
And normally the mom probably would have never said anything or joined in the conversation, but in this instance she was like, "Hey, like stop." Like
Oh,
you
that's
understand?
fantastic.
He's like, you understand that my son, so and so, is gay, and they're like, oh really? And they're like, yeah, like, and I don't actually appreciate what's being said right now, and I think that's happening again. Like that's, and so in the world in the future, we're gonna have that, right? Like more and more people are gonna know more and more people of different kinds of things, right? You know, and it's gonna be hard. Like it's gonna be harder to like. I've seen pictures. I saw this really interesting picture of like KKK hanging out with a black person. They had their arm around
Yeah,
them.
I think I've seen that.
Yeah, and it's just kind of like why are you guys still KKK if like you don't really genuinely?
Or there's the dude that was the KKK member, and under his I don't know what you call it, like a gown, he had like some Air Jordans. So like obviously he likes black
Yeah,
people.
it's such a silly thing, right? And I mean that's I'd rather have that than what it used to be, right?
True. Yeah, we're
Right?
definitely like way better than we were.
Yeah, and there's like a really good thing that was on the Daily Show where they're like, when was America great? And people were like, back when we had this.
Yeah, I
He's like,
saw
oh, back when slavery still existed. They're like, no, like aside from that, oh, back when women's rights, well, women didn't have rights. Oh, that's cool. He's like, oh, during the Great Depression, like, and it's a really good commentary on like what is the statement you're trying to say about making America great again. Like, do you think that America is great now? Like, I think it is. I really am. I think it's a very good country. I'm very lucky that I was born in this country, you know? Because there's other countries that the least that they're worried about is like an overly tanned person becoming their leader of their country with like potentially fake hair and small hands, you know? Like, no one's, they're dealing with some other things around the world. And I think that perspective is lost sometimes well with all this like drama, but at the same time it's kind of I get it, but yeah, I'm a realistic optimist, right? I understand that the world is not awesome, but at the same time I know that it is getting awesome, you know time and time again it's getting awesomer and awesomer and awesomer, and we are very lucky to live in the time we live in today. We really are.
Yeah, I can
Yeah.
second that.
Yeah, so I think I think it's easy to kind of be like, oh god damn it, but there was like I was listening to Star Talk this morning when I was working, and there was a really funny thing that they were talking about where they were saying like how like during like I think it was the Vietnam or one of these like really tragic wars. I don't think it was the Vietnam, but the specifics of it doesn't matter. It's the context of what being said makes sense though. Where like people were dying, left and right in the war because that's how war works, and then this guy in like the facility was just like complaining about the air conditioning because the air conditioning wasn't on, and like that was like his number one complaint. All right. And it's during the same time, and they were both soldiers, but one soldier was dealing with air conditioning, while the other soldier was dealing with troops getting blown up in front of him, right?
People dying.
Like
Yeah.
literally in front of him. And so it's like, yeah, you know, you got to think about, like, how bad is it really? Like, do you really have it that bad? You know? And some people do, man, and they are some people do, and they're still super positive, right? And those are the kinds of people that I try to surround myself with, because those people can get through mostly anything, right? Because the only choice you have, right, is your attitude towards stuff, you know,
Yeah, man.
and I think being realistic is not a bad strategy. Like being a skeptic, you know, because it allows you to have a voice or have an opinion of the world, right? Which I think is very powerful and is something that allows you to objectively look at your surroundings and make a call, right? But I think once you make that call, you should try to find the upside of that. That's all. That's all I'm trying to get across, you know?
Yeah.
And so, wait, hold on just a second.
Yeah, no problem.
I'm in the stream. Yeah, I'm going to do this for like maybe 15 more minutes. Probably sooner, I'm going to stop. Yeah, my wife wants to work out. I told her I could probably be done with this soon.
Oh, damn.
Hey, love.
The calisthenics. Get that CrossFit.
Is that my little baby boo? What's up, baby boo? I see it. Hey, I see a Pokemon. You better hide your Pokemon. Whenever I change his diaper, like I just always look at his little like wee wee, and I'm like, "Is that a Pokemon?" And then he starts laughing like crazy.
Aw.
That's a Pikachu, isn't it? And he's like, "It's not a Pikachu. It's a Kuka."
Are they playing Pokemon
It's so funny.
Go?
Yeah, I play with them. We play together. We walk around. That's the only time I play. I don't play it outside of that.
Yeah, me too.
Not because I don't think it's good. I think it's a great game. It's just I don't want to walk around looking for Pokemon. I just don't want to do that. Yeah, I really don't want to do that. It's not because it's not I don't even think that it's not fun. It's just I don't have any. I have no inkling to do it. You know. I like the social aspect of it. I get that. Yeah.
Yeah. I like that the game's like bringing people together, and
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
it's mostly positive. I mean, there's some negative stuff, but I mean, ultimately for me, the reason I'm not playing the game is because they don't have like legit battling. Like I want to use
Oh,
tackle,
yeah,
I want to
sure.
use growl, I want to use
Exactly.
tail whip. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? Like,
it'll be there though soon. Actually,
Yeah.
I'm sure that like they understand
but
that
how,
like
how
there's
do
a
you know it's not gonna
huge
be like the tapping, like the current whatever it is against the gym?
dude. They would be foolish if they did not make a serious investment into what you are saying that you're not playing
Right.
it for.
Right.
Like
They
it
want me to play.
exactly.
Yeah.
You know.
It's gonna be ridiculous. I saw a game already. Like there's another game that's doing the same thing in a way, but it's like a first-person shooter type game. You use your camera with the like, your camera is the gun, and whatever direction you point, you see the little gun with the camera, and you could shoot it, right? But the whole point of this game is like you have teams of 4, and you meet up in different spots, and then you just battle each other, like shoot at each other, and you could actually see them taking damage and stuff. So it's like it's
Yeah,
really
so it's
cool.
cool.
I have to find that link and show you guys.
Yeah, I think like if anything, it's just opening the realm of possibilities of what AR could be. You know.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm really excited about that. I think that's going to
Yeah.
be cool.
HoloLens is gonna be ridiculous.
I was really close to buying an Oculus. I
You
was
should
really
get a-
close.
you
I had
should
the
get a
pre-order.
HoloLens.
I don't know, man. I can't afford that. What's that, like 3K? Jeez.
The HoloLens?
HoloLens, yeah. I'm pretty sure it's like around that price.
Yeah, it's pretty expensive. It's freaking awesome. At the office I worked at, we just people walking around with it. It's just like
Oh my
Star
God,
Trek,
what?
dude.
It's 3,000. Yeah.
It's like
Jesus.
Star Trek, man. It's cool. And I've tried it, and it's like really good. Like that's what makes me believe augmented reality. I think the HoloLens is going to be more successful than any of the other VR things. Not because VR is bad. It's just that VR is just over cumbersome. It's just too much effort to get
Yeah.
to install and all stuff. But it seems like the HoloLens seems like the same problem. But like cell phone augmented reality is not. That's kind of what I'm saying. Like everybody already has cell phones, so they don't need to, you know, invest in a expensive technology. They already have it in their pocket.
And I think that's the same reason why these applications like blow up so quickly is because as soon as that hits the App Store, it's like the flip of a switch. Everyone has access to it, and
Absolutely.
they don't have to go do much besides go download it, and then it
Yeah.
can just like catch fire.
Yeah.
You know?
Pokemon Go is free. Like
Yeah.
it's you don't have to spend a dime even. Like that's like the cheapest. That's literally the cheapest cost of entry you can do for an app, and that's what most apps business strategies are built around, or off of that simple model that you just said.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like it's super easy to get into because it's cost literally nothing other than having the device on hand. There's more people with smartphones than there are people with running water. Isn't that
Yeah.
crazy?
That is crazy. Yeah.
There's a person in this world that has Angry Birds but does not have a toilet that they can
Yeah.
flush.
They
Like,
they got 3 stars on all the levels.
yeah,
Yeah.
they have and they have nowhere to get those 3 stars. They do it in the open world because usually people play their games on the toilet, right?
Oh my God.
So they're like hovering over holes and getting these 3 stars, where the rest of us are doing it with our running water, toilet, and plumbing. It's just cool, and that's all I'm saying. It's just
Yeah.
cool.
People take water for granted.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I tell all my students that because I have sometimes I have a student here and there that'll be complain about like, oh, I don't have this and this, and they'll just give me 100 reasons why they weren't able to do something. I don't get those students often, but every so often I do. And the way that I counter that is to just say, well,
Excuse my mom. Sorry about that.
it's okay.
She just started dying.
That's adorable. Um, she she's a sweetheart. Don't worry about it.
All
Um,
right.
so like I said, like people. I tell my students like there's people literally that have no access to the internet, that have no access to Photoshop, have no idea that they can do what you're trying to do, right? Their goal in life is to not die or to get better, you know?
Yeah.
And you have to understand that like your complaint is a first world problem, you know? And I try to tell them it's like you understand that you are, you might be thinking like, look at all these lucky people. You are one of the lucky people.
Yeah.
You know?
Regardless of whether you think it or not.
Yeah, if you have running water, like running water that can be changed to temperature that's hotter or colder, you can control the temperature of your water. You have a roof over your head, you have air conditioning, and more importantly, if you have internet, you are amongst the rich of the world. I don't mean like you have to have like a 4 bedroom 5,000 square foot house or something like that. I mean if you live in like a 500 600 square foot studio and you still have all those things I'm talking about, you are amongst
You're
the
doing
rich,
all right.
amongst the rich of the world. Now, contextually, you're not rich maybe amongst your own society, right? Your own culture, but in the world, like you're doing great. You're kicking ass, okay? And whether you deserve it or not, who knows, right? But you definitely fell into that place. And some obviously have better than others. Like I got even luckier by living in California, right? And not only in California, in Southern California, which is like the hot spot of the entertainment industry, you know? So I knew I had that advantage, so I took advantage of that deeply by making lots of friends and hanging out with them often, you know, and communicating that with my students. Like that's why I would go to events and I would hang out with people and artists and show my portfolio whenever I was first starting out to as many people as possible. Try to go to lunch with some of these people that are epic, you know. Um, and that's what I did. I did that, and I tell the people this because if you look at the people that I know, there's some students and some people here that live in Southern California that don't make any attempts to do any of the things that I just said that they can do, you know? And it's like, you look at those people and like, oh, what are they thinking? And I'm looking at you and saying the same thing. Now, maybe you don't have the same circumstances, like I said earlier, like you're not living in California, so you don't have that opportunity. But you have access to the internet, which gives you so much more access to things that you didn't realize you had access to. One of my favorite things to do sometimes is like when a student's like, well, there's no events in my area. I'm like, where do you live? And I Google it, and I say events in their area, and then sure enough, I find like 4 or 5. And they're like actually pretty big. And I'm like, have you even Googled it? And they're like, I never even Googled. I just assumed they didn't exist. Now, trust me, I'm not delusional. There's obviously places that don't have places that exist. But if you can save $1 here or there, in a year you can have enough money to go anywhere in the world, right? To go visit at least. You don't have to live there, but you can absolutely visit it, And that might be the only time you need to go,
Yeah, if you prepared yourself.
Yeah. And if not, you're going to learn a lot from it. You're always going to learn from that experience, and it's going to be a great one, And so I always tell people, don't worry about what you don't have. Worry about what you do have and try to focus on that as you try to achieve your goals, That's work within your means is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, I mean, like I said, go ahead.
Can I throw this in? So I don't know if you'd agree with me or not, but I think there's.
I disagree.
I didn't even get to it yet. Hold your horses. All right. There's an argument to be said that the internet could be more powerful than living in California. Don't you think?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I thrive by what I do on the internet. I was talking to some of my students this morning about that. I was explaining to them that the power of internet allows people to be their own bosses and entrepreneurs. Yeah. Like my whole like video tutorials and by doing the live streams and hanging out and talking with people and doing online courses allows me to create a school now online for people. Like most of my students are from different countries. Like literally like 80%, maybe 70% of all the people that attend my mentorships are from different countries because one, they see the value of talking with somebody that's not from their country that works in the industry that they want to work in, and two, they are not taking for granted what is being done. Where someone in California might be like, well, I'll take a class some other time, or someone in the States even. I don't have that many. The Gumroad videos were affordable. They were like under $10 for a good bunch of them. You can get, like, if you had $50, you can buy a whole group of them. And that, I mean, I get countless messages still to this day of just how much people love, like the Gumroad and like, the online school revolution. There's a lot of that's happening, and I think people need to understand that. You can also do that too in the future.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's actually like totally my plan. That you're like you and all these other guys like Mache, Jama, the guy from ZBrush, Fingzu, everybody.
Yeah, Mark Burnett.
Have all they've all inspired me to try to start a channel. So
yeah, dude, you should.
At some point.
In fact, I encourage everybody.
Left,
Yeah, dude, I encourage everyone to try to do something like that. It only makes us all stronger,
right?
And so I think it's good. So you should totally do it.
True.
Well, my angle is going to be like learning. So I'm going to make a channel where it's like, let's learn together, rather than me necessarily trying to teach you because I am still a student. So I'd be like, hey, check out this Gumroad. I'm going to study this Gumroad, and then here's me studying the Gumroad, and maybe you'll learn something from it, and I'll be directing traffic to people like you, right? So. That's kind of what I've been wanting to do. I'm looking forward to it.
Let me know if you need any help.
Hell yeah, John.
Get out of here, John. You can't help.
John and I will tear it up on Overwatch. Make some game videos. Start a clan. No.
Yeah. No, we need to.
Oh man, John's a little too serious.
Yeah, well, right before the stream, he said that he was the best.
Oh god.
He said he's the best. Yeah, see.
Every time we play, I'm like, all right, John, time to carry me.
John's good. John's good.
Yeah, he's good, man.
Overwatch is just that's such a fun game. Did a great job.
But yeah, on the subject you were just talking about, like this crazy internet thing and how you've been able to reach all these people. When it came for me, how I came across your work was actually, I think, sometime in 2012, maybe earlier. it was not even like, it's kind of hard to explain because I was the kind of person that I like looked really, really hard for resources. I YouTubed like digital painting, and then I'd go to filter and I'd filter out like what was just uploaded, and I'd do that every day just to find anything. I would just like, and then as soon as I did find like a lead, I'd grab their channel, subscribe to it, and then like watch all their backlog. And at some point, I came across a video of you. I think it was doing like an orc thing or like some sort of like a troll. I don't know what it was. And then
Probably some sort of tumor monster.
no, you did the image. I wish I could find it. And then you had a friend model it in 3D.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that was the first thing I saw yours.
Yeah,
And then later on, it
Jason
was
Hill
like
did that.
Yeah, and ever since then, I started just following your work and buying your tutorials.
I appreciate you, man. That's why I wanted to bring you on here. I had no idea you were going to do YouTube thing, by the way. I just realized it
Yeah, I'm
as soon
sure
as
you
you told me.
didn't.
Yeah, so I hope you the best on that, man. We'll keep in
Thanks,
touch. But I'm gonna stop here. I'm gonna
Alright,
roll
cool.
out. I know people were writing and stuff. Let me just shout out to everyone that I
Yo,
see.
is that a new
Dan,
gauntlet?
Andrew, what's up, Andrew? What's up, Ricardo? It is.
Yeah.
Yes, Nicholas, what's up? Rachel, Iron Cutter, what's up? Trent, what's up? What's up, Tabiso? James, Iron Cutter again. Mario,
I ran into
Ricardo?
Iron Cutter at Comic Con.
Kalen,
Cool.
love you, brother.
What's up, Kalen? I was just
There's
messaging him the other day.
I love myself Kalens. I have 2 Kalens in my life, and I love both of them. But anyway, yeah, this is like a continuation of the tutorial. It's basically a hard surface character thing that I did, so I just posted it, so it should be available. And but yeah, I'm going to do like 2 more videos. I think I'm going to do a painting one, and then I'm going to do a painting one, and then I'm going to do a how to like rig, or not rig, but like move it around so you can pose it for like illustration type stuff.
Chop it up.
I think I'm going to do that. I'm still undecided, but definitely the painting one is going to happen. But yeah, man, let's see what it looks like in the render room. Let us see what is up with this. What's up with that? There you go. I think it was this room that I was using to design with. Yeah, I think it was this. All right.
Looking pretty dope, man.
Yeah, it's fun. Yeah, I think this was done in under an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours.
You monster.
Well, I mean, 3D code makes it so easy.
I know, I love it.
Yeah, I
I'm
highly
still
recommend.
new, but like, it's so powerful. They taught us Maya at school, and like in comparison, I never want to touch Maya. Like,
Maya's still cool.
I know I will, but like it's different.
I understand. Yeah, I understand. All right. Well, I'm gonna peace out, guys. If anyone had any questions, I appreciate it, but unfortunately, I'm not gonna answer it. If I did, I would be here for another half an hour. But I will do another stream probably later this week, and I will make it more focused on questions again. I like answering questions whenever I can. But I wanted to just hang out, talk with Michael. I told him I would do this, and so I think maybe the next one I'll try to get Fuad up in here, and maybe do some sort of. I'm gonna experiment with like a way to have his screen being shared as well as mine, so we can kind of toggle between the two. And I'm gonna test that out, as well as just working on some stuff together. But peace out, guys. Appreciate y'all. Laters. And thanks, Mike. Thanks, John.
Yeah.